Hi everyone, welcome back. I am going to be answering some often asked questions on Whatnot and hope that this helps you. If there are any additional questions after I go through here, please feel free to leave them in the chat or come visit me on Whatnot. Thursdays at 9:13 Eastern Standard Time, we do a little talk show, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions live so that I can actually walk through them with you. Here is, the first question was, what do I suggest to do for a smooth first live? So I don't think that there's such a thing. I think that a first live is going to be clunky. You're going to have mistakes. You can do a show prior, a private show or a practice show, just to get used to how to push the buttons, how to run things. But I really think that it's okay. Your first couple lives are going to be clunky. The first couple times that you really go in and you're trying to sell and you're going through your different items, it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be weird talking to yourself. It's going to take some time to get used to. So try not to focus on having a smooth first live and just go live. Most people are too scared to even do that. Just take the leap and try and learn as you go. I think that that's the best that I can do for you as far as having a smooth first live. Okay, next question was how to promote tactfully. I feel like this is a very good question. I think that there is definitely a time and a place. I do not think the time and the place will ever be blindly sharing your shows in someone else's show, especially if they're selling. That is a good way to get people to block you or to get yelled at or to get, that is just not what you want to do. I also don't think that you should send your shows into the chat or send your shows blindly to people's Instagram, DMs or whatever. I don't think that there is a tactful way to share your lives globally like that. I do think there is a time and a place. I think there are many different talk shows and seller support chat shows where they tell you the entire time, or, oftentimes they'll say, everyone please right now take time to share your show. I think the best way to share your show is through your own social media. You don't need other social media to be successful, but other social media is helpful. This is a social media selling platform. So if you have an Instagram, a Facebook, a TikTok, if you have other social media, try sharing your shows out in those social media and bringing your followers from those social media over to Whatnot. And then within Whatnot, just be active in the chat. Talk to people, make connections, make friends, go to other shows, and if you are going to sell video games, go into video game shows and talk to people and make friends, and then wait until they say, hey, does anyone have a show going on? Or, does anyone have this? And then you can shout yourself out in the chat. But I do not think spamming or, blindly sending to people's DMs is ever the right answer. Okay. Next question is how to price your items. I am going to be kind of controversial with this answer, and I have to preface by saying it is a different type of business for everyone. It depends on how you are running your business and how you need to price things. So, hi, if you're new here, my name is Christine. I have a full store full of stuff: antiques, collectibles, jewelry, glassware, clothing, a little bit of everything. Look, you can kind of see the floor. I sell different things every day. I do start everything at $1 or $2. Now, I also purchase everything in bulk. So I am buying entire estates. I am buying entire houses. I am buying entire lots of things so that it lowers my price. So there are some things that I lose money on, and there's some things that I get money on. So, it's a law of averages with me and my business and how I am running things. That does not work for everybody. Now, do I think that Whatnot has a place for everyone? For sure. Do I think as it continues to grow, it will be easier to have higher prices and stagnant pricing and things in your marketplace that will sell? Yes, for sure. It is starting to be a place where people are going to come and look for specific items, and they can search items, and you can put it at the price you need to get it. At this point, though, going live and selling live, it is very hard to go live with an item at $68 and $113. Now, is that item worth it? Probably, for sure. But if you start an auction at that, If you've ever been to a live auction, or you've gone to auctions, or you've done even online auctions, most auctions start at $1, $2. It is the bidding of an auction that excites people. It is the, swiping and trying to win something that excites people. It is not just buying. So I think that if you have a lot of items that you need to get a certain price for, price them at what you need to get them for, put them in your buy it now. There are large items that I have in my buy it now right now that are full price, that are eBay pricing, that are Poshmark pricing. There are things that I know that I paid a lot of money for, that I need to get a lot of money for, that I don't run in auction for $1 because I can't risk it. Do not do something that you're not comfortable with. If you're not comfortable selling something for $1, don't sell it. Don't start it at $1 because it could sell for $1. Now, even after almost 30,000 followers, hundreds of lives, I think I'm past 500 lives now at this point, 2.5 years in, there are still times things will sell for $1 for me. Today I did a sale, multiple items sold for just $1 because that's what I started them at. You cannot be upset when something sells for $1 if that's what you started for. So if you need to get more money for it, you need to price it as such. That being said, I do think that this is a different type of platform, and you need to be conscious of that if you really want to make a go of it in the long run. Okay, now a couple tips. It asks for some tips and tricks. I have multiple videos on tips and tricks that I have, but I do want to say I think you should schedule shows. Schedule 100 shows. Hold on. Let's look at my thing right now. You can always reschedule. You can always change them. But if you schedule shows now, multiple people have time to look at your shows. So if you look right now at my shows, I have, and you just scroll, there are dozens of shows. There's talk shows, there's jewelry shows, there's clothing shows, there's trains, there's just scavenging shows. There's all sorts of different salt and pepper shows. There are tons of shows scheduled. So if someone looks at my page right now, they can go and bookmark all of these shows. Now, are all of these shows going to happen exactly when I have them? No, for sure not. I'm going to end up rescheduling a bunch of them, but they're going to have bookmarks. They're going to have people looking. And if you are going to we have a lot of, pay to promote, or you're going to talk about yourself, make sure you have shows scheduled. When they go to look at your profile or they go to follow you and you have shows scheduled, they're going to bookmark, they're going to look and see what you're selling. So make sure, one of my biggest tips right now is to go and schedule out a dozen shows. You can use the same graphic and schedule them out for weeks. Go schedule some shows. You can always reschedule them. Don't cancel them, reschedule them, but you can always change them. So go schedule some shows. Okay, another big tip that I have is to load your bin. Load your buy it now. I have items ranging from $2 to $200 in my buy now. Actually, more than that, I think. If there's someone like me that's coming into your show and you are selling, a vintage decor, I got a phone call, and you're selling vintage decor. Let's say you could be selling little miniatures that day, and I want to buy a couple things, but I'm going to take a look in your buy it now because I don't want to spend $9 on shipping if I'm only going to buy one thing. Or if I get super sucked in, I'm watching you and I'm having a ton of fun and I buy something and then I'm like, oh, well, now she's almost done with her show. Let me go see what else I can buy to fill my box. Let me go see what else I can buy to make sure that I take advantage of this shipping. And I will buy things often that I had no plan on buying or that I didn't need at all because it's in your bin. Also, there are people that will come into your chat. The best way to support a seller if you can't buy something is to tip them, right? But a lot of people, you can't tip with PayPal. You can't tip with Venmo. A lot of people will go into your buy it now and send a gift to chat or buy something random out of your buy it now. So if you have things in your buy it now, even as small as stickers, people can give them to other people and it helps you with your sales and it also helps them get noticed, get shouted out, whatever the case is. All right, those were just a few tips and tricks that you guys asked for during last Thursday's talk show, but I do have another community seller show this Thursday, 9:13 Eastern Standard Time. Come ask some more questions. I will also, during every one of my shows, I will start writing down some things that you ask often so that I can make some videos that you can refer back to these. You can always watch my past shows, but sometimes it's hard to watch some shows, especially if I'm selling because I'm all over the place. So I will start making these videos at least once a week. So give me a follow. Thank you, everyone. Come hang out with me on Whatnot, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Love you. Bye.